Today, I want to talk about Halo Wars. So, I remember when Halo Wars first came out. I was and still am a big Halo fan, but back in the day, in 2009, when I was 12 years old, I loved the Halo franchise. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo ODST, bangers. Loved all of them. Big fan. In 2009, or maybe it's 2008 when it was announced, regardless, Halo Wars was announced. And I found out it was going to be an RTS. And I wasn't excited. I wasn't happy or thrilled. Because I don't like RTSs. I really didn't like them as a kid. The idea of controlling an army from the godlike perspective just wasn't my thing. I wanted to be in the action, controlling my character, moving around and fighting. And that's what Halo was to me at that point. And those were the types of games I really liked. Playing God wasn't really my thing. So I never played Halo Wars. I never played it back in the day. I watched the cutscenes were freaking awesome because they looked good. The music slaps. The idea of it being Halo was just awesome. But the idea of the RTS just wasn't my thing. So I never really got into Halo Wars back then. But now, being in my late 20s, I finally played it. I've been able to check it off of the backlog. So today, I want to talk about my experience. Halo Wars is an RTS developed by Ensemble Studios and published by Microsoft. It was released March 3rd in North America back in 2009 and has sold over 1 million copies since its release. I can't give you exact numbers, that's just what Google said. So yes, like I said, I just wasn't an RTS guy growing up. I couldn't really get into it, and I tried a few different RTSs. I think the biggest one that actually kind of hooked me and helped me understand the genre a little bit back then was Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2, I believe. My uncle had it on his PC that I watched him play and tried to play a little bit, but I remember very vividly Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2. So maybe that's one I'll play later in the future. But going back to Halo Wars, after getting in and playing the game, it started to click for me. And I started to understand the appeal of RTS games. There is nothing better than strategically building up a big army and going over and destroying somebody else's base. It feels so good. So this idea of being repulsed by playing God and controlling the characters from a sky view and just sending them into battle instead of what I preferred back then, obviously being the player and going out and fighting and killing. I still do prefer that, but like I said, I started to get the appeal of the command and conquer and controlling armies and building it up. And man, it was really, really fun. It took me a bit to kind of understand building the bases and the strategy behind like leaking in some guys to always be like poking the bear as you're building up an army in the back, and then you're able to take your massive army and go over and just destroy somebody else's base while still trying to protect your base, because obviously there's always threats once again coming in to poke you while you're building up your army and whatnot. So it was just a ton of fun. Once I finally got the hang of it, it clicked. You start learning what to build where and how to manage your resources, how to build up resources faster, what to leave in certain spots, to break up the armies for certain things. And once again, like I said, when it clicked, and I was having a ton of fun with Halo Wars. The cutscenes were really freaking cool. The music slaps. The story takes place before Halo Combat Evolved, so it's like a prequel. Story's pretty good. Like I said, the cutscenes though, man, they look freaking incredible. And the voice acting is great too. So with Halo Wars, like, I had a ton of fun. I had a ton of fun going through the missions. I think it does a great job as a tutorial showing you how to play. Also, this game was released on console. It was the Xbox 360, so it was built for console gaming. However, I played this on Xbox Game Pass, and I used a mouse and keyboard, and I think I prefer playing RTSs that way. A lot of my friends said that Halo Wars actually plays better on the controller. I don't know. I never gave it a shot because I liked the mouse and keyboard and how it worked and whatnot. So that's how I played the game. I don't know if there's a right way to play it, but like I said, they suggested playing it with the controller because it was made for the controller that way. I think one thing that did kind of bug me is I couldn't zoom out. I couldn't figure out how to zoom out my camera, and I don't know if you can. So it was very zoomed in, and it's fine. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't game breaking or anything. The other thing is I didn't really play. I can't remember what difficulty I played on. I don't think I played on anything too crazy. I think it was just normal. But the last level, it hurt me. I could not figure out for the life of me what the freak I was doing. You were pressed for time. So you only have, I think it's 25 or 30 minutes to build up your army, kill everything on the map, and then you're able to do like this puzzle switch thing in a specific order. I couldn't figure it out. I looked up a guide, and the guide was still not making any sense to me. I watched some YouTube videos and couldn't figure it out after that. So what I came to the conclusion is my game was bugged. My game would not let me beat that final mission. So I think I restarted it 3 or 4 times. And at that point, that's like 2 hours. Because they're like 30-minute missions. So 2 hours I spent on this final mission. Couldn't really figure out what the heck I was doing. Couldn't figure out why the switch combinations I was doing wasn't working. Bothered the hell out of me. But then I just played it again for the 4th or 5th time, whatever time I was up to at this point, and then it just worked. It worked. I clicked the buttons, and it just worked. It just worked. And I was very frustrated and burnt out and was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with Halo Wars. I had a lot of fun. I really did. I enjoyed the RTS genre. I enjoyed the Halo skin on top of it. I thought it was a great game. The story was phenomenal. I started to understand RTSs. I get the appeal. I don't know if I'm necessarily like hooked on RTSs that I need to play every single one of them ever made, but I did enjoy it and I understand the appeal. A lot of people play stuff like StarCraft or Clash of Clans, or I even think there's a Lord of the Rings one on mobile that you can play. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Regardless, there's appeal here, and I see it. I understand RTSs now. I don't hate them. I don't hate them at all. I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit. It took me about 9 hours to beat the game, and I enjoyed 7 of the hours. The last mission hurt my soul, but it also could be just because I suck, because I was looking up guides and watching videos, and they could all do it, but I'll probably play Halo Wars 2. Like, I'll put that on the backlog. I've actually played like 2 hours of that one with my brother-in-law, so I've already jumped into Halo Wars 2 a little bit. So I'll for sure go through it and play it and beat the game. I think another big aspect of these RTS games is playing online, whether with a friend or just battling other players. I think playing it that way could really teach you how to play these games correctly, to where I wouldn't be on the struggle bus on the last mission. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe RTSs suck and I just need to go back to how I was before. But I don't feel that way. I enjoyed this one a lot. And if you guys have any other suggestions on RTSs that I should play, let me know down in the comments below, because I'm pretty much open to anything. If you've been following the channel for a while, I've been trying to get through a never-ending backlog, which it is a unwinnable task. I will never be able to complete my backlog because games are always coming out. Like this year, Xenoblade X dropped, and I've been playing that game. I'm like 75 hours in. Doom's coming out this year. There's other RPGs that are dropping. If I can get my hands on a Switch 2, I'll be playing Mario Kart and Pokemon when that is to release. There's also a FromSoft game that's, I think, Switch exclusive. Maybe at launch. I don't know if it's going to anything else. Maybe it is just Switch exclusive. So anyway, there's always tons of games coming out, but I am slowly trying to work through my backlog, and it ain't going anywhere. Believe you me, it ain't going anywhere. But I am having a lot of fun. It's helped me get out of my comfort zone as a gamer, playing games that I've heard tons about that I wasn't really interested in because it wasn't my style of game. But it is opening my eyes, and I feel like I'm becoming more seasoned as far as genre types, and it's been good for me. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Halo Wars down below. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. And as always, keep it rad.